I won't hold you down.
I want to talk Graf skates because I've seen them and they're awesome. So for those of the guys out there that don't know, Lon is making the Graf custom skate, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should see it because it's pretty sweet. So I don't know. You guys want to talk about that Graf skate, Benny?
I guess I have to.
You have to. You're the only one here.
Yeah. So, I mean, back when we were playing, Graf it's what you wore. It was probably the top skate. It's what everyone wanted. Over the past few years, some things happened, and then it definitely kind of died a little bit. But I think with this new skate, it's definitely back. There's some buzz around it. People are talking about it. They want to try it on. They want to demo it. It's definitely kind of exciting for the Graf brand. And I guess Ev brought it in, so here we go.
So if you're listening on Apple Pods or Spotify, you have to go to our YouTube channel. Ev brought the skate on camera, so you'll be able to see it as he breaks it down.
So we got it. So the way that this works, we have 3 levels of skates. Top end, high end level is going to be your Pro G. Then you're going to go down to a Senior G, and then your Junior G for junior sizes. But we have the reinforced composite quarter panel on the side, right? Strap loop through the back. The one thing that you'll notice, though, on the quarter panels, everything's extended a little bit more. The issue with a lot of new composite skates, a lot of the new skates, it's built off a player boot, and the player boot comes straight up and back. Those guys are able to get forward, and they're skating a little bit more. When you're leaning all the time and you're trying to get forward in your stance, when you have that extended quarter panel, it allows you to actually get forward. You're not fighting against the skates. You don't have to go 2 or 3 eyelets down. So it's going to allow you to get forward too, having that extended quarter panel. What it does is when you lace this onto a foot, sorry if my mic's not in the right spot, but it's going to wrap more. A lot of skates today, when you lace them up, things will get – Mike just gave me the thumbs up because he sees me preaching about the skate. But when you lace a skate up and you lace it, those composite quarter panels aren't wrapping. They're squeezing. So what happens if you have a foot that doesn't properly fit that skate and it starts to squeeze, you get cramps, right? 5-10 minutes into your skate into practice, whatever, you're going to get foot pain. We have the footbed here. This is one of our famous Graf footbeds that'll translate. It's very, very stiff. The holder on this is our 5000 holder that's tweaked a little bit for this skate. But the difference is, compared to a lot of holders, it's very, very stiff. So if I were actually to take the steel out and pull this out and give it a twist compared to other holders, this is going to twist less. So what that means for goalies and goalie coaches, when you're going to push through with your toe, right, and you're meeting the ice and you're going to kick out, this isn't going to flare out. You're not going to get any miscues. You're not like when we're talking about split seconds of a game and you're going to push and you're going to engage, missing that little edge there and this twisting out and slipping out can cost you a goal, right? So we wanted to make sure everything's stiff through here. In terms of the toe cap, our Graf toe cap's always been the same. It's always a lot of companies with the thicker toe cap to address having no cowling. We've always had the same thickness. So everything's been the same there. It's same thickness as a lot of the other brands. That's been reinforced. And then our tongue inside here, because goalies are wearing it, they're getting forward in their lean. In order to address lace bite, we have the thicker tongue in here. Custom skates, if you needed to tweak it or change it, you want something a little bit more thin, that can be addressed. But other than that, the skate's been great. We have Grace is getting his shipped. We're working on a new one for Holtby. Both were previous Graf guys. So when they saw this firsthand, they said, how do we get a pair? We actually FaceTimed Sean with both goalies. Sean's the guy who builds all of our skates in Graf hockey at Vaughan, Canada. He went over the skate with them head to toe, and he's really excited about these. And we're hoping to get some really, really good feedback. And then the last big feature on our goal skate, the inside's a little bit higher than the outside. So when you're getting into your stance and your ankle's kind of coming up, you won't get any dig back from this outside. We do have this comfort edge on all sides of the ankle, but having a little bit lower side here allows when you're in your stance that the skate's not going to push back against your leg. But I think that's pretty much it. That's my pitch.
Yes.
One thing I noticed. Sorry, Ben. Did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
One thing I noticed that I noticed because I see a lot of the True skates is in the heel. True puts like a little plastic wedge between the cowling and the boot. And when I was looking at the Graf skate, it looks like your cowling might be. Is it raised in the heel to make kind of that forward lean?
Well, so that's actually, it's built into the outsole. The outsole is a little higher in the back, so that basically we don't have to put that heel lift in like a True would. It's actually the outsole is just, it's going to accomplish that for you.
Yeah, because I've actually seen a couple of those wedges break, and then the cowling gets kind of loose, and there's that separation. So when I saw those,
Really?
I'm like, that's a much better design. Yeah.
Well, I could see where that would raise some problems when you're in a game and something snaps like that. But yeah, it's already built into the outsole, so you get a little bit more of that forward pitch. But one thing, if Sean was here, that we would talk about is when you look at our heel lock, and this is what we've been famous for on Graf skates top to bottom, because it's still a 2-piece quarter panel, it's not a 1-piece, you're able to get this 3D shape where it comes out, back down, and it wraps your heel. So when you set your foot into the skate, you're not looking into a boot, right? Or a bucket. You're looking into something that'll actually grab under the ankle and hold your foot in place so you're never slipping out. A lot of skates now, because you have a 1-piece quarter panel, can't get this shape, so it's a little bit more straight. What happens is if you don't fit that properly, or your foot's not built for that skate, or the skate's not built for your foot, if it's not laced properly and you're trying to skate, your foot will actually slide in and out against this ankle. And that's where you get your little bumps. You get calluses on the back of your foot, things like that. So,
now, is the blade on that? Is that a exclusive blade to Graf?
yeah. So this is our steel that's set up. I'd have to ask Mike, but because of the way it's drilled in, we can work on getting set up with other steel. But now with the whole step steel thing, that kind of changes things. So this steel is set up for this skate. And then we have our little puck stopper there through the middle.
That's a Cam Ward request.
Yeah, well, Jamie's big on the toe up blocker side windmill. So in case he goes toe up, it just keeps anything from sliding through there. So
yeah, I was curious about the steel because last summer I broke my steel on my skate, and to find step steel in my size was an absolute nightmare.
Yep.
I skated on half a blade, so just my toe to the middle for 2 weeks.
You skated on that?
Yeah, just be forward in your stance. Don't be on your heels.
Oh my god.
I'm dead serious. That's what I skated on. I called every sports